God's advice today. God is sending many signs, but it seems like you are ignoring all of them. So please do not ignore this video, as it is a message from God's heart to bless your life today. Before we continue, please leave your like so that more people can be reached by this message, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive more videos like this. Don't ignore this video and stay until the end. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and the second best manifestation offer in the world. God said, "My child, pause for a moment and listen. Not in haste, not as one fulfilling a ritual, but as one who strips away the rush to rest his heart on solid ground. There are moments in your walk when everything seems uncertain. The winds change, human promises fade, and even your strength feels like it's failing. But I tell you this, even when everything shakes, I do not tremble. Even when everything collapses, I remain. The Lord is my rock, my fortress and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge." Psalm 18 verse 2. These words are not an echo from the past, they are my living truth for you right now. In me, you don't find a temporary shelter but an eternal stronghold where your soul can rest without fear. Are you seeking a deep spiritual transformation in your life and in the lives of those you love? Imagine attracting wealth and abundance in less than a week, while blessings pour over you daily. It all begins with a simple 1-minute prayer. To discover how this technique can transform your reality, click the link in the first comment. Every step you take on this journey not only blesses you, but also supports our channel and the dedicated team that brings this valuable content to you. Don't wait any longer to begin this journey of spiritual and material transformation. Click now to learn more and begin your path toward a fuller and more abundant life. I see you when no one else does. I know your hidden exhaustion, your silent tears, your soul that cries out for relief while your mouth pretends everything is okay. Come, lean on me. You are not weak for needing help. You are wise for recognizing where your true strength lies. Don't carry everything alone. Let me be your support, your peace, your relief in the storm. The world may spin out of control, but your heart can remain steady if it is anchored in me. You are mine, and that does not change with the seasons, with your failures, or with your pain. My love covers you now. Breathe and trust. Comment, "I trust that God's light shines in the shadows." I know each one of your days, even those that seem colorless. I know when silence screams louder than words, and when your smile is just an effort not to fall apart. I know your inner being better than you do. I see when you wrestle with thoughts no one imagines, when your soul kneels even while your body remains standing. I know the nights when your strength ends before hope begins, and the moments when you wish you could just disappear for a while. That's why today I speak to you, not as someone distant, but as the Father who watches over every detail of your journey. You are not forgotten. You are not adrift. In every hesitation, it is I who sustain your steps. In every hidden tear, I am the one who gathers and turns them into strength. You don't need to pretend to be strong before me. You just need to be real, because your truth doesn't drive me away, it draws me closer. Comment, "The love of God is my shelter on difficult days." Many around you cannot see beyond the visible. They don't know the battles you fight in silence or the screams you swallow inside. But I know. I see beyond the masks and the rehearsed phrases. I see the tired heart that longs for refuge. I remember my children in the desert, walking under the scorching sun with wounded feet because they believed in a promise. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 10. They didn't see the tower, but they believed it was there. So it is with you. You don't need to be surrounded by walls to know you are safe. You only need to run to me. Every prayer you whisper is a sprint in my direction. And I ignore none of them. I am not an indifferent God. I am the Father who runs toward the Son who's thinking of giving up, the Father who stays even when everything else is falling apart. Comment, I trust God for healing and peace. My son, listen carefully. What hurt you is not the end of your story. The pains that marked you do not define your destiny. There are new chapters written by my hand, full of hope, healing, and new beginnings. The opposing winds that blow today will not last forever. Just like the ancient travelers guided by stars, even without knowing what lay beyond the bend, you are also on a journey. They trusted in the existence of a shelter, even without seeing it. And the shelter was real. So is my care for you. Even when you don't feel me, I am there. When the weight becomes unbearable, I bend down and carry it with you. I am the one who watches over your sleep, who plants hope in your deserts, and turns your chaos into direction. Remember, I am the God who turns dark nights into mornings of light. Don't ignore what you feel, my son. Don't hide your anguish behind smiles that don't reflect your heart. I do not want a theatrical faith from you. I want a true one, even if wounded, even if tired. In my presence, you don't need to fake strength. Here, you can be whole. You can cry without fear of judgment. You can question me without fear of distance. And even in the silence of your soul, when no words can be spoken, I am still with you. I don't run from your shadows, I enter them with my light. I am the God of honest conversations, imperfect prayers, long and sometimes tiring waits. You don't need elaborate speeches to reach my heart. Just a whisper, Father, I'm tired, and I draw near to you. Because I do not love you for what you do, but for who you are, my beloved Son, my precious creation, the one in whom I delight, even when everything around you feels confusing. Remember, your value does not change with your emotions. You are mine, in days of faith and in days of doubt. Did you know that there is a powerful method to manifest money? This technique can transform your beliefs about reality at the deepest level of your subconscious mind, and it literally changed my life. We would like to invite you to try this incredible technique. We believe that, when you trust that God wants to manifest in your life, you gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in unique and wonderful ways. Therefore, be open and confident when seeking His blessings and divine directions, believing that He has a special plan for you. To support our channel and the team who works hard to bring this valuable content, we kindly ask you to consider purchasing our product. Just click the link in the first comment to see how this technique can work for you too. Your purchase will not only help you manifest the life you desire, but it will also allow us to continue sharing inspiring and transformative messages with more people. We appreciate your support and trust. In times when everything seems uncertain, fragile, and out of control, remember who I am. I am your safe refuge. The world may try to silence your voice, discredit your hopes, and suffocate your dreams. But I whisper within you, it is not finished. There is more. There is still life, beauty, love, and purpose. Even when your eyes cannot see, I see beyond. My plan is not small, for I am not limited. My ways are higher than yours, and what I prepare for you comes from my eternal heart. You have not been forgotten. You have not been left behind. You are under construction, and the work I began in you will be completed. Therefore, rest. Not as an escape, but as a shelter. Rest in me to catch your breath, align your vision, renew your strength, and continue with more firmness. When everything around you seems to collapse, remember, within me, everything remains. Your foundations are in something that cannot be shaken. And while the world spins out of control, I am the same. Yesterday, today, and forever, your God, your Father, your eternal shelter. No matter how turbulent your path may be, I will always be by your side, taking care of every step. You are not alone in this journey. The depth of my love is vaster than any ocean, and your presence is my constant priority. Every smile of yours, every sigh, every struggle, and every victory are notes I lovingly play in the grand concert of your life. Therefore, I speak with confidence and certainty, you will never be forgotten, nor left behind. Even when the winds seem cold, or the mountains, distant and steep, rise before you, know that my gaze is attentive to every movement, every feeling of yours. You are unique, and to me, you will always be the priority, the reason for every breath. As life unfolds, there are moments when you feel small, lost in the vast world around you, as if your doubts and insecurities are bigger than you. But I tell you, my son, I never distance myself. Even when the weight of life seems to crush your shoulders, even when the nights are longer and the mornings harder to arrive, I am here. My presence does not depend on your perfection, nor on your failures. I do not seek in you an impeccable trust, but a sincere surrender. In the silence of your doubts and in the tears that fall without sound, my closeness remains. I make myself present, not because you did something right or wrong, but because my love for you is unconditional. You can always count on me, no matter how dark the path seems. Just look to the side, and you will find my arms, ready to embrace and comfort you. Life, my dear son, is not made only of moments of light. Sometimes, storms seem to take over everything around you. Your thoughts become heavy, fatigue takes over your body, and sadness drags on like a shadow, challenging your ability to move forward. But what you do not see, in the midst of all this difficulty, is that I am the ground beneath your feet, the invisible strength that keeps you standing, even when everything around you seems to waver. I never said that life would be easy. But I said, and I repeat now, that you are not alone. Every tear you shed is an opportunity for you to draw closer to me. Every moment of pain is a chance for you to grow, to realize that in your weakness, it is I who give you the strength to continue. There is no adversity that I cannot turn into something that, later, will become part of your growth. Difficulty does not define you. How you face it, with faith and trust, does. The pressure you feel in your chest, the weight of responsibility, expectations, and anxiety, these things are real. They weigh, hurt, and can even make you doubt your own ability. But it is precisely within this internal chaos that I make myself most clearly present. I am not the God who removes the challenges, but the one who transforms the way you face them. You do not need to carry everything on your own. I am here to carry the burden with you, to show that, even in the midst of the storm, there is inner peace waiting to be discovered. When you turn to me, your vision changes. What seemed unbearable begins to lose its power over you. The weight of your problems does not diminish, but your ability to deal with them expands. Instead of reacting to circumstances with fear or despair, you begin to respond with calmness, wisdom, and the confidence that I am your refuge. The transformation that occurs within you does not depend on your strength, but on my unshakable presence. Let gratitude manifest in your heart, as a natural reflection of His presence. When difficult moments approach, instead of being distressed, bring them into dialogue with Him, with the confidence that every word spoken in the silence of your heart is heard. With every breath, allow Him to become your source of clarity. As you direct yourself toward Him, imagine building a fortress around you, a solid structure that will withstand life's storms. Every thought of faith and every act of trust are like stones that are added to this safe refuge. Do not be deceived into thinking that security is a permanent and fixed condition. It is a living construction that adapts and expands according to the storms we face. Over time, the building of your inner fortress will solidify, creating a place of peace where you can rest, regardless of external circumstances. The foundation of this fortress is formed by the words that convey His voice, echoing through the ages. The Scriptures are not merely ancient texts but bridges for deep and direct communication with the Creator. When you dedicate yourself to studying these sacred writings, something beyond simple understanding occurs. What begins as a story told transforms into a living wisdom, accessible to all who are willing to stop and listen. These words, far from being merely an accumulation of knowledge, initiate an inner conversation, an exchange that, over time, becomes part of your being. The roots of these truths expand silently, yet fundamentally. They sustain you, not only in times of tranquility but when the winds of life threaten to tear down all you have built. As these roots deepen, you will notice that when external agitation begins to take over, the inner peace cultivated through constant reflection on the Word becomes the quiet force that keeps your life balanced. However, in moments of despair or frustration, it is common for the mind to feel overwhelmed. Yet, what you will learn over time is that the response to these moments is not escape or paralysis, but the direction of your gaze toward Him. You will begin to realize that, even in the midst of difficulties, calm replaces panic more quickly. This happens because, over the days, you have been trained in the practice of trust. And when you begin to build a routine of prayer and reflection, your first response to any challenge becomes a search for divine wisdom. This does not mean that problems disappear, but that, over time, the strength to face them comes from within, like a fortress of peace that cannot be destroyed. Your mind becomes sharper, and your thoughts more balanced, allowing you to act with clarity, rather than being dominated by impulses of fear or despair. Over time, the constant practice of prayer and reflection on the Word becomes so natural that, even in the midst of agitation, you automatically seek refuge in His presence. This habit becomes ingrained in your reflexes, becoming your first reaction to any difficulty. Just like the foundation of a house, which, despite strong winds and heavy rains, remains firm, you become increasingly resistant to life's storms. Difficulties no longer paralyze you, because you have learned to find balance, even in chaos. This new behavior is not something that happens overnight, but rather a continuous construction, a profound change in habits. The more you surrender to the practice of prayer, the more it becomes an automatic response of trust. And in this process, you will find, little by little, that moments of panic and distress diminish, giving way to a broader and more peaceful perspective, which enables you to make more balanced and wise decisions. Within this fortress, the time you spend in His presence will transform the way you see the world. Difficulties continue to arise, but the way you face them changes completely. Now, instead of despairing, you face them with a new posture, a posture of peace and trust. Your journey no longer becomes a search for external security, but an experience of deep belonging. You are no longer a lost traveler, but a child who knows where he belongs. The refuge you have found in His presence becomes your home, a place of rest and continuous renewal. And when adversities come, you can rest, knowing that the fortress remains standing. As you learn to rest in this constant presence, you will discover that your trust grows. No longer shaken by fluctuating emotions or the pressure of the external world, you find the strength to move forward, stronger with every step, more firmly grounded in His peace. Purpose and peace become a living reality within you, and from this safe place, you begin to act with greater purpose and clarity, guided by the strength that comes from His constant presence. With love, God. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If you liked it, please write Amen and share this message with someone who also needs to hear it. I invite you to click on the first comment where you will find a special prayer and the second best manifestation offer in the world. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.